Hi, everybody. It's Katherine Metcalf. I'm a professional astrologer, intuitive, and tarot card reader, and teacher and speaker. And it's time for our monthly astrological insights. So, yeah, hello, welcome to April. Woohoo! Time for some real springtime. Here in Iowa, we're happy to have it. So the grass is green, the little plants are coming up, time for the tulips to pop up. It's a beautiful time. So get rid of our winter coats and boots. It's great. Okay. So here's what's happening in the month of April. So we actually are going to be experiencing a lot of karmic energy this month because the South Node, which I'm going to show you, is this little guy right here, because I know lots of you are learning. Okay. So that's this little guy here. The South Node kind of looks like a horseshoe, represents like our past behavior and karma. It's actually rubbing shoulders with Pluto, which is the planet of transformation, which is right here. Okay. And so Pluto is big transformations, like endings and new beginnings kind of thing. And then it's also conjunct Saturn, which is right here. And Saturn is a planet of discipline and dedication and structures and restrictions sometimes. So, Pluto is with this combination, what's going to happen is Pluto's going to be really busy digging around, digging up dirt, okay? Wanting to expose abuses of power, okay? Saturn may help it be disciplined in doing the digging and bringing the information together so that it's nice and neat. Now, it is interesting that the Mueller report, I think it did come out at the end of March, but it's the timing of it is really interesting with what's going on astrologically. So it's like, he was the Pluto doing all the digging and, all the work that needed to be involved in the 2 years that he spent researching everything. And then now we're getting restriction from William Barr. So yeah, the AG. So we're seeing that play out in our political life. On a personal level, you are going to want to look at your chart, the transits, to see where are those landing in your chart, because that's where you're going to see some karma kind of replaying in your life. So all month, Saturn, the planet of discipline, and Pluto and the South Node are all within 3 degrees of each other. So it's a really intense desire for truth and examining like the cosmic intentions that are actually set to take place. They will all be conjunct, right on top of each other in January 2020. And a lot of astrologers are talking about that now. We're expecting some really big changes at that point. So on a global level, politically, and on a personal level, it's definitely going to affect us all as well. So if you haven't had your astrology chart done with your transits, I highly recommend that to kind of prepare yourself for stuff that's coming. Okay. And it could be a great thing. So yeah, you need a little bit of change to kick us in the butt to get in alignment with what we came here to do. So there you go. One really bright spot for this month is the new moon on April 5th, and it's at 15 degrees Aries. And it's an excellent time to kick off a new project, business, exercise program, a commitment to yourself. And so just be sure to follow the rules and you're going to succeed. So this is actually the chart of the new moon. Okay. And there's a lot of energy going on here. So the great thing about this chart is, as from an astrological point of view, this is our happy new year. Okay. Is April 5th. So it's not January 1st, it's April 5th for astrologers, because it's like that's when the new moon is in Aries. And that is when the astrological calendar starts and when it's the perfect time for new beginnings. So I want you guys to all think about whatever it is that you're excited about. What is it that you want to bring that's new and innovative into the world? This is an excellent time, again, for kicking off a new healthy regime, kicking off a new business, whatever it is that your heart is connected to. Okay, this is the perfect time to do it. So I always suggest getting out a journal. And one of Aries keywords is I am. So if you can get out a journal in the next couple days and write down I am, and then blank, blank, whatever it is that you're committing to. So I am successful in business. I am compassionate. I am good with finances. I mean, whatever it is that you want to bring in this year, do that, and that'll help you with manifesting. Okay, then on April 10th, Jupiter, the planet of good luck and abundance, is going to go retrograde. So we all know about Mercury retrograde, so it kind of looks like it's going backwards. It's going to be in the sign of Sagittarius for the next 4 months going back. So this is a time for us to review cultural and moral issues, kind of like, dealing with all the broken up Hispanic families at the border. Hopefully the powers that be will see how horrible those conditions are and how they handled that situation. And I'm praying that they will work to resolve it and bring those families together. Also in focus is the legal system. So because Jupiter rules the law, so no one has pushed and gotten away with as much as this president. And he will continue to seek loopholes for his appalling behavior, which is what I believe, as the rest of us actually realize how screwed up our government and its rules are. So, we've been dealing with this for a while, but it's like we're just going to reach this point of enough is enough. That's my hope. So wherever transiting Jupiter is in your chart, you want to look at your life and see what area of your life that it falls in, because you're going to be re-examining kind of yourself in that arena. So if it falls in your house of marriage, you may be, examining, is this the way that I want the marriage to be? Am I married to the right person? That kind of thing. If it's in your career house, in your 10th house, then you're going to be asking questions about your career and the job that you have, and are you happy? Okay. So the full moon takes place on April 19th, and that's at 29 degrees Libra. What's interesting about this one is that this is the second full moon in Libra. So we are being forced to be decisive. So this is the time that we need to really dump what's not working and then be open to sudden insights, because the sun is conjunct Uranus. Okay, so here's the chart for the full moon, and it's at April 19th, 2019, 7:12 a.m. in New York. That's what this chart is made for. Okay. So the full moon is when we look up into the sky and we see the beautiful light of the full moon, and then that's always opposing the sun. So there's always going to be a desire for balancing those two. So the sun is in Aries at 29 degrees, which is at the last, degree. And then the moon is at 29 degrees Libra. So it's going to be kind of a balance. It could be a power struggle between what we want for ourselves and what we want for us, for whether it's your partnership or for the world or whatever. So it's about wanting to find that balance. But it is time for us to look at what's not working, and we need to let go of it. So, but Uranus can bring us, so here's little Uranus over here. Uranus can bring us sudden and abrupt insights that can help us to move forward. Now, there is a challenging T-square to that Pluto South Node Saturn that we talked about. You see the T here? It makes an opposition, and then this. So there's a T square to this full moon. So I can guarantee you that power and control issues from your past are going to kind of rev up, and they need to be dealt with. So this is the universe's way of giving you an opportunity to pay attention and to change what needs to be changed. Okay. Then happy birthday to Taurus. The sun will be in Taurus on April 20th. And so Taurians are practical. They're typically nature loving. They're hardworking. They're ruled by Venus, which is the planet of beauty and love. So they tend to have great taste, a love for comfort. They're very sensual. So Tauruses are wonderful people to have in your life. So if you don't know one, go get one. Okay. So happy birthday to Taurus. And then Mars, the same day, April 20th, is going to be actually going out of bounds from April 20th to June 12th. So when a planet goes out of bounds, it's actually a bit more unpredictable. So it's going to be in the sign of Gemini in April and then half of May. So we can actually expect, because Mars is the planet of war and anger, I would tell you that we can expect to hear some volatile words flying out of our mouths, out of other people's mouths, because everyone is going to want to have their opinion heard at that point. So just kind of be aware of that. And then Pluto is going to join the party and go retrograde at 24 degrees Capricorn until October 3rd. And that happens around the same time. So then Saturn goes retrograde in Capricorn on the 29th. So there's a lot happening, like the 20th, 22nd, towards the end of the month. Okay. And Saturn is actually going to be retrograde until September 19th. So then we've got the sun conjunct Uranus on April 22nd. So the sun is our identity, and Uranus kind of throws a curveball at us. So just expect the unexpected with that. And be aware, be present of your environment so that you're, safe and being logical. Then on April 30th, Saturn, the planet of discipline and karma, will exactly conjunct Pluto. So our previous actions will be confronted, and there will be a price to be paid. Now, in Donald Trump's chart, I actually looked at his chart to see, because this is a big, these are big. This conjunction of Pluto, the South Node, and Saturn. I mean, we're in the early stages of that. Again, we won't be feeling it fully until January 2020. But boy, we are going to start experiencing it now too. So I pulled up Donald Trump's chart because I wanted to take a peek and see what is happening with him. So his birthday, for those of you that want to pull up the chart, is June 14th, 1946, 10:54 a.m. Jamaica, New York. All right. So I pulled up his chart. And so his fifth house has that karmic aspect going on in it. Okay. And so what that tells me is the fifth house is the house of creativity and children and sex. So I actually believe that possibly his children may be charged with crimes around that time, or they're going to be discovered. There could be more backlash regarding his sexcapades. And there may be more going on, who knows? But take the time to look at your own chart too, to see what area of your life is going to be affected. Also, right now, he has Mars, transiting Mars conjunct his progressed Uranus, and on top of his natal Uranus and his sun. So when I see that, those Sun, Uranus, and this Mars, what I see is a great big explosion, and it's in his 10th house. Okay. So I do feel like, I think prior to the Mueller report and before William Barr, said what he said about it, I think Trump was feeling this energy, this very explosive, very out of control, I'm freaking out kind of energy. I think William Barr has put a Band-Aid on that. I don't think it's going to stick. So I do think, because it lands in his house of career, again, I've talked about this before. I don't see Trump. Maybe I don't see him making it through the whole, his whole term. If he does, he won't be around again. I mean, he'll be busy getting sentenced and, possibly sent to jail. So that could be in 2021. So there you go. So my suggestion for this month is to review your own life, because we all have done stuff in our life that we need to be better about, right? So, and take action to amend wrongdoings if you need to do that. And then let's all do our best to be kind and loving and to treat each other the way that we want to be treated, with kindness and respect. So there you go. It's going to take some effort this month because there's so much crazy energy going on this month of April. But I wish you the best. I wish you calm and peace. And I hope that you'll come back and tune in again next month and next week even, because I do weekly oracle card readings as well. So I thank you so much for your time. Wishing you blessings. Namaste.